Hello, welcome to Bloxburg. That is the name of today's game. And as you will see throughout the video, I pause so that you can see how many tiles or what shape or what color or what texture / material pattern I am using so that you can recreate this house for yourself. This is a tiny home in Bloxburg, more of a starter home, and this one's kind of on the expensive side. I will tell you that. I did have to work a few times, and I think, level 11 at pizza delivery, so I do get quite a bit of money when I'm working. But there are lots of ways, especially if you're not a noob like me, there are lots of ways to make this tiny home cheaper. I am a noob, so as you'll see, if you're not a noob at building in Bloxburg, you will see there are times when I color something and then recolor it and then retexture it, only to find out that I've paid like $25 for each recolor, which you blow through money really fast doing that kind of stuff. I don't have any of the game passes, and it's really tricky to place certain types of objects in this game without the game passes. So, as you can tell, I am very much a noob at all of this stuff. However, I really, really, really love building houses, building villages, building towns, building bases, building camps, and decorating everything. Like, these are the games that I love. And so, naturally, anywhere where I can find a game where you do this kind of stuff, I would be drawn to it. And that includes Roblox. I don't play a lot of Roblox, and I mostly play Roblox only with my daughter. But when I do play, I frequently am demolishing and rebuilding my home and learning all the tricks and decorating and all that kind of stuff. What prompted me to put a video up on YouTube was she was complaining that many of the tutorials she tries to follow don't give you enough information, and they go by too fast that you can't really easily copy what they're doing. And obviously, being that it's a Roblox game, you can't download the houses and use them. You literally have to recreate them tile by tile yourself in the game. And so that was really frustrating for her. And I thought, you know what? If I could even get semi-good at building in Bloxburg, I could add some videos in here and there. And obviously, with her doing so much complaining, I would be very cognizant of the fact that I need to stop and give people information so that they can recreate the house in their own Bloxburg save files. And so that's pretty much the long and short of what prompted me to start making these Roblox videos now. Otherwise, I would have continued playing Roblox with my daughter and my niece, and well, both of my nieces actually, and never made a single Roblox video. I never had interest in making Roblox videos. I only ever just wanted to play the game with the kids and have fun with the kids. But she really, and she didn't even ask. Her desire to have better tutorials is what prompted, I don't know, call it a mama thing. Her desire to have better tutorials is what prompted me really to do this. Now, I had a lot of difficulty in placing things. Number one, this is supposed to be a tiny house. It's supposed to be small, but the scale of things is a little weird and a little off. And so I did have some trouble placing things, but for some reason in my game, things weren't snapping to the places where they were supposed to be very well, like those bar stools at the bar. They're supposed to snap to the bar, and mine weren't. So I had to manually try to line them up, and as you can tell, I never did really get them fully lined up properly. It does look a little off. Maybe in your game it'll snap to the bars like it's to the countertops like it's supposed to, but mine didn't. I am not one for an excessive amount of clutter and stuff. If you watched any of my sim videos, you know that I am not one for an excessive amount of clutter and just filling every inch of everything up. I like it to be open and simple and easy, and I think I'm starting to stretch my cluttering capabilities a little bit. I do add some clutter to this little house in ways that I don't typically add in The Sims very often. And so I think I'm getting a little better as I go and a little less afraid of adding clutter as I go as well. Used to be the only game that I played was The Sims for like house building and decorating and stuff, or occasionally like the old Facebook games that people used to be obsessed with back in the day. Clutter just wasn't available in those old Facebook games, and for The Sims it wasn't recommended. I've been over this 1,000 times. It wasn't recommended to clutter things up. It wasn't recommended to move objects on and everything, and so it is taking me years to break myself of those old school gaming habits. I will be honest with you. Now, the pictures are not the greatest. The artwork available in the game is not the greatest. If I was doing this build again, I would probably take a few extra minutes and make my own pictures, upload them, and then put the pictures into the game, because you can do that. You can do that in Welcome to Bloxburg. But at the time, I think it had already taken me like, I don't know, maybe 2 days. 2 days of at least 2 or 3 hours each session. So maybe a total of 6 hours to build this house as it was, to get everything lined up properly and to get everything colored properly and all that kind of stuff. It took me some time. As you can see from these windows, lining things up took me a fair amount of time, and that's only a small portion of me just lining the windows up. That's not even me the time I took to try to line those bar stools up, and I cut out most of trying to build the kitchen because placing those cabinets was a real bear. It's a difficult game to build, and it's worse than The Sims. I gotta say, for gameplay, it's nicer because it's multiplayer, and but your character never dies. There's no life cycle or anything, but it is easier than The Sims 4 because of all of that. Whereas building, I prefer The Sims 4 because when we get to the roof, I think I must have cut out at least 75% of me working on the roof, because I had to go back and forth and redo that several times to get all the roof pieces to face the right way and everything. It's not like The Sims where you can rotate roof pieces. You have to face your camera the right way, and then you have to start at the right corner, and it's just this whole thing in this game. It's gonna take me some practice to get good at building and decorating in this game, but I do think that I am getting somewhat better in general, not just with this game or The Sims, but like with all games in general. So I enjoy sharing that evolution with everybody. I enjoy sharing the evolution of going from a scared old school Sims player who didn't want to use any cheats or add anything in any sort of walkways whatsoever to someone who now puts little tiny electric heaters in front of bathtubs because it's okay now. In The Sims 2, it wouldn't have been okay, but in The Sims 4, it's okay to do that. And so I love sharing that evolution as a gamer with everyone, and hopefully as well you like this tiny house, because I mean that's really not me talking about my evolution as a building designing gamer, but really the point of this video is this tiny house so you can recreate it in your own game. Not all the builds I make. If I make more builds, you have to give me a like. You have to subscribe to me if you want to see more Bloxburg builds. And next time I'll remember to turn off the chat. I'm really sorry about that. But if you want to see more of these, you have to give me a like. You have to subscribe. You just have to. It's the rules. I'm sorry. I don't make them. I just follow them. But if you want to see more Bloxburg builds and you really want me to stretch my gaming skills on building and decorating, just hit the like button or leave me a little comment. Let me know also if you have any tips for better building in this game, or if you saw something that's a little weird and you think I did it really poorly. I wasted so much money building this house because I made so many mistakes, and you can't always undo all of your mistakes. And if you demolish something, you don't get the full amount of money back. So, the amount of mistakes I made and the amount of money I lost just building this tiny little house, it's ridiculous. It really, truly is. Other than that, though, I had fun. I enjoy playing games, multiplayer games. I started out gaming as only wanting to play single player games. There was a brief period of time where way back in the day, and I'm seriously dating and aging myself now, but I was really, really into SimCity when it first came out. That's how old I am. And there was a time, I think around SimCity 4, where they were going to introduce like multiplayer world building where you could connect your city to other cities. I don't know if they ever did it or not. I stopped playing, I think, right around the time they announced that they were going to try to do that. But anyways, I actually started to look forward to that, playing with other people at that point. And then I ended up getting really, really heavily into The Sims, and I went back to liking single player gameplay. Now, at my age, with the pandemic and everything else, being disabled and spending a lot of time in my life alone, I am starting to very, very much more appreciate the multiplayer games a lot more, which I think is another thing that draws me to Roblox, is that I can play with the kids. I can play with other people if I choose, you know? And so The Sims just doesn't give you that same thing. And unless you have friends that are playing Minecraft, Minecraft also doesn't give you that joy of multiplayer unless you go on a server and play mini games and stuff. But there are very few decent survival servers out there for Minecraft, so I think that's what also draws me to Roblox. And we are coming up on the end of the speed build part here. I will give you a little background music and you can watch the walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to have many more like it in the future. Just give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.